Big flavor, little stress, and perfect bites. Here are 5 no-cook appetizers for your next get-together that you are gonna love. I'm starting with charcuterie salad cups. These are gonna be little cups of perfect bites and also a new way to serve up your charcuterie. Everybody loves it. It's totally customizable. It's a great way to clean out your meat and cheese drawer. And this is just a guide. Take from it what you will. When building this salad, I like to just kind of factor in 2 different meats, 2 different cheeses, and a plethora of pickly, briny things. So I'm using a soppressata and pepperoni, and then I'm just gonna cut everything up into bite-sized pieces. Because when we build this salad, we wanna be able to get a little bit of everything in our bite. Since these appetizers are no cook, that generally means that they can also be made well in advance. For my cheeses, I'm doing a dill Havarti. I just think that sounds delicious. And this is creamy, sort of mild. And then I'm doing something with a bite. So I'm doing just a sharp cheddar. You'll see, like, I'm only doing 1 block of each cheese, 1 pack of each meat, and 1 jar of everything else. And you will be surprised when you see how much this makes. I'll also try and cut my cheeses into different shapes. Cut them in squares, and then I kind of cut the squares in half like triangles. And this is how you stretch the cheeses into a lot of pieces. You can buy things already cut and cubed up, but they tend to be a little more expensive, and your girl is kind of frugal sometimes. But you already know that. From here, everything just gets dumped into 1 big bowl and mixed together. This might be your greatest expense if you shop from an olive bar in a grocery store. However, what I would probably do at my house is empty out all the half jars that I have of olives. These are already marinated, so they have a good little dressing to it that's just gonna help flavor our dressing and add moisture to our salad, so I'm just dumping it all in. Some roasted red peppers. These are gonna add just a nice little sweetness to cut some of this rich stuff we have going on. And it makes it pretty. And then I saw a girl make this and she put pickles in it. And that made sense because I usually put pickles on my charcuterie boards. These are cornichons, so they're really tangy. I don't want a sweet pickle. Since we have some items that have just been sitting in jars and we have that creamy cheese, I like to brighten up with a little freshness. So I'm gonna add in just a little squeeze of lemon juice. And then I'm also adding a little freshness with some chopped parsley. Kind of looks like a little confetti of color. And now we make just a simple vinaigrette. I'm doing red wine vinegar and balsamic vinegar because that's what I like. You can just buy a store-bought dressing if you want. Also gonna add in a little fresh garlic, a little salt and pepper, and a little bit of sugar. All right, and then I'm just gonna whisk in a little extra virgin olive oil. It's about 2 parts olive oil to 1 part vinegar. And then I'm just gonna pour it over. It doesn't need to be swimming in the dressing, just enough to coat. See, just enough to flavor all that goodness. I'm gonna portion it out into small little cups. You can just get these little wine cups, you know, that you've seen everywhere. They also have things like this at the Dollar Tree. Just gonna try to get a little bit of everything in the cups. These are big servings, so you don't have to fill it up all the way. This, to me, is a perfect way to serve up charcuterie, because when you have it in a platter, you don't get all that dressing, and it's up to you to build the perfect bites, where in this case, all the hard work is done for you. Now, I'm also gonna serve each one with a little slice of French bread. That way you could build your own little hearty appetizer on each piece. And I just tuck the little bread in there. This does make you wanna make sure that there is some chilled Pinot Grigio in the fridge. Know what I mean? Okay, and then you can also just get some cute picks. Just kind of stick these in there. First up on our party menu, charcuterie salad cups. Take your little toothpick and build your perfect bite. A little meat, a little cheese, and a little salty, briny bite. It's so good. We can totally make a dinner just on things like this. Only thing missing is the wine, but I'll be serving that at the party. We're off to a great start, but you know you can't spell party without dips. Every party has to have a dip. We're turning these into dip. Pepperoncini dip is the creamy dip we will be serving. A, because every party has to have a dip. I already told you once, don't invite me to your party if you don't have one. B, there needs to be a creamy dip situation there. Maybe it's a creamy spinach dip or a French onion dip, or maybe today it's something new, and this is that. So those are gonna give it a tangy kick from the vinegar, and the pepper gives it a little heat. We're also gonna stick with that theme with a little more vinegary, kind of pickly taste with giardiniera. So I'm gonna chop up some of this too. And it's just kind of cuts some of that richness in your typical creamy dips. You start with a block of cream cheese. And you're gonna whip that up first. That way you don't get big chunks of cream cheese in your dip. And you also wanna make sure it is softened to start. Then I'm going to add in a little sour cream and a little bit of brine from the pepperoncini jar. And then whip that until it's smooth. Chopped up star of the show, along with a little bit of freshness, some red onion. Then you're gonna take some of that giardiniera and chop it up pretty finely and throw that in. And then I'm gonna add in a little Italian seasoning and a little crushed red pepper. If you think about it, the flavors here are very similar to like a submarine sandwich. You know, that vinegar, kind of oregano little thing they put on top with the veggies, the pickled veggies and everything. You can start to see the vision of the flavors here. And then one more spin with this so that it all gets well incorporated. You want to let this chill in the fridge for at least 30 minutes to an hour, just so everything comes together. So cute. I'm going to top it with a few more pepperoncini to let people know what's inside. These are kind of some things I suggest you serve it with. A baguette is going to be the most classic because I said, you know, it kind of gives you that sub sandwich flavor. So you've got your French bread for that to go on. You want chips with your sandwich. So a good ruffle potato chip is also going to be a good vessel. For a little fresh crunch, you could go in with some of those sweet mini bell peppers. That sounds like so delicious to me right now because you're going to have creamy and cold crunch. Perfect bite. Having that tangy vinegar in there from the giardiniera and the pepperoncinis is so good. It is definitely the something different. It makes you feel like this is a new dip you haven't had before. It also kind of like makes your mouth happy. It's gonna make you wanna keep eating. Like, I don't know that you'll be able to pull yourself away from this dip. I mean, it's a solid 12 out of 10. If you're tired of the same old finger sandwiches at your party, I've got you covered with this one. Crispy Asian chicken wraps. Now, how am I gonna get cooked crispy chicken if this is a no-cook episode? From your groceries prepared foods counter. You know where they have the rotisserie chickens and the fried chicken? Get you some chicken tenders. That's our shortcut here to a no-cook appetizer. And this one is gonna be really hearty. So, first I'm gonna mix up a little slaw to give it more crunch. To that, I'm going in with some green onion and some cilantro. In case you missed it, I made this Asian stir-fry sauce, which is also a dressing, also a marinade, in my last video. Did you see it? So I'm gonna use that, but you can just use a store-bought salad dressing. And for just one more crunchy element, some chopped peanuts. Give them a little rough chop and stir them in. Unlike lettuce, this is gonna stay really crunchy in that wrap, so you can even make these ahead of time for your party and they won't be a soggy mess. Take your tortilla, take your crispy, crunchy chicken, slice it up to where it can fit. These are still hot, which also makes me happy because you get a little hot and cold. And then roll it up like a burrito. If you aren't a master burrito roller like me, I used to work at a place. You can use some toothpicks to hold this closed, but I'll show you that in a minute. Cut it in half, and you have the perfect little handheld small sandwich. If you're worried about them staying closed, you can always serve them right side up with a little toothpick to secure it. It's as easy as that. Maybe the fastest one of the day. Just gonna arrange them onto our platter. I mean, you can look inside and see the crunch against the soft tortilla. Color equals flavor. We got it going on, people. These are not your grandma's chicken salad finger sandwiches. Not at all. Time to dig in. So everything I just said. That soft tortilla is the perfect package for all the crunchy goodness inside. The chicken has like a kick of a spice, but that can be just wherever you get your chicken from. If you're looking for a new sandwich to add to your party menu, this is the one, trust me. Everyone loves shrimp cocktail at a party, but I bet you've never had it like this before. This viral recipe I got from a guy I follow on TikTok. It looks so divine that I started craving it. So this video is just the perfect excuse to make it. This is more of a Mexican style shrimp cocktail. And just a reminder, in case you have anything to say about the ingredients down the road, it's not my recipe. but I trust the process, and so should you. It starts with 2 pounds of cocktail shrimp. That's just shrimp that is already cooked. You can get from your seafood department, or you can cook it yourself and chop it, but this is a no-cook episode, so here we are. And we're just gonna add this to a big bowl because we're about to add a whole lot of goodness to the party. While this recipe doesn't require any cooking, it does require a good bit of chopping, but you can do it. You just fix yourself a margarita, turn on your music, and go to town. So I'm gonna start by chopping up 4 Roma tomatoes, a couple cucumbers, and 1 onion. We're gonna serve this up tostada style at the party. It's definitely something you can make a couple days in advance. Also, all these, like I said, these no-cook party appetizers are great for make-ahead situations because nobody wants to be cooking when they're stressed out planning a party. Shout out 3 pieces of pecan. All right, that's the bulk of it. Now we add the flavor. Recipe calls for 4 jalapenos, but I'm also gonna chop up a serrano pepper too. I like things spicy. Right, now for the limes, 6 limes juiced. People are probably glad I'm not using my mouth to squeeze this like I do sometimes. I think my teeth would fall off if I had to do this many. I had to save one for me. This girl's getting her cocktail. She deserves it, guys. She deserves it. That is just what the doctor ordered. Now it really gets fun. In goes clamato. I say clamato, you say clamato. If you can't find this, you can just use regular tomato juice. Cup of ketchup, a little Fanta. This is no joke. Do you think I'm about to waste all of my hard work and ingredients? No. It says it's about a cup. Squeeze a fresh orange. Really highlight that orange Fanta. I mean, you've got it all. You know how I talk. We've got sweet and spicy. About to have salty. I'm gonna add in a little salt, garlic powder, hot sauce, and fresh cilantro. I'm really excited about this. Now we mix. Smells so good. Just gotta get a little taste. See if we're on the right track. Immediately yes. Immediately yes. You can't taste that Fanta at all. It just kind of has this like subtle sweetness. All right, I'm gonna let these flavors marry and then we will dish it out. This might be my favorite one of the day and I haven't even eaten it yet. Typically this is served on a tostada shell. I'm doing this fit for a party. So I'm taking these round tortilla chips and we're gonna make little mini tostadas. To serve it, gets topped with some avocado. That's gonna, again, add more texture. We've got the crunchy and the tangy. Now we have a little creamy. You'll wanna add that just before serving. Okay, here's how you build the bite. He just does a little mayonnaise on it. You could flavor the mayonnaise if you want by adding in a little hot sauce, garlic, chili powder. There's so much going on in here that I don't think you need it. It's like our chip and dip. We've never had chips and dip like this, nor have we had shrimp cocktail like this. I need a minute. I could eat this every day, every day. There's so much freshness in that bowl and it just makes the perfect bite. It's so bright from that fresh lime juice. You've got the acid from that and also a little sweetness from the ketchup, the tomato sauce. That Fanta, nobody knows is in there. This will absolutely be the hit of any of your spring or summer parties. This might be my favorite one of the day. I'm not even kidding. For my final trick is a true crowd pleaser, but served up in a new way. This is spicy corn dip and nobody doesn't like this, okay? This just starts with canned corn. This is the Southwestern variety, so it has a little more flavor. Just gonna open it and drain it well. Ends up tasting like street corn. It's like a street corn dip. Dump. And then whenever I'm using something canned, I always like to incorporate something fresh, just kind of wakes it up. So I'm gonna add in some fresh jalapeno and green onions. Take some of the seeds out. Depends on how spicy you want it. I'll leave some in because, like I said, I like a little kick. But you never want it to be too spicy because you need it to be a crowd pleaser. Not everybody likes spice. I'm also going in with some chopped green chilies from the can, mayonnaise and sour cream, and then just a bag of shredded cheddar, or I'm doing like a Mexican blend. Doesn't get much easier than that one. I'm also gonna go with just a little pinch of salt, just a little hot sauce. That's optional. Now, ideally, you're gonna let this refrigerate for at least an hour to come together. Ain't nobody got time for that. We're gonna make little open-faced corn crackers for this. I saw this girl on TikTok or Instagram make this, and I thought it sounded very smart. These are corn crackers. I just got them at my regular grocery store. And then she built little open-faced little canapes. And the cracker's pretty crunchy, so hopefully it doesn't get soggy if it sits too long. But you might want to do it a little closer to party time. She does that, and then a little slice of jalapeno. She didn't even realize she was making the perfect bite. This is a pretty affordable appetizer also, and when you serve it like this, you can really stretch it far because you're controlling those portions. This also makes a great side dish, and one time I served it as a side dish, but people kept standing there just eating it with all the chips. Isn't that cute? Spicy corn dip crackers, the perfect bite. And one for me. Cheers. That is delicious, and it is a different take and a different taste than when you eat it with corn chips. It offers a different flavor, and it really lets the dip stand out because there's not a ton of flavor in the cracker. So if you find any kind of crispy cracker, I think that would be a great way to serve this up. This will also feed a lot of people. Zero fuss, but lots of flavor. These 5 appetizers are definitely ones you'll want to serve up at your next party. Trust me, I would not steer you wrong. And the best part, no cooking required. Time to party.